I think movie makers create the world. How weird that this could be like part of the grand thought that is the universe. I think if I go running down train, I'm going to go down some areas that feel wild and abandoned to me. And I think I'm going to go down train again. The goal of the propaganda of caution is to keep you immobile. What's keeping you from the heaven of possibilities? Maybe you can actually see your own shadow if you walk backwards. What's keeping you from living the life, the authentic life that you know you're worth? The landscape is actually a psychic landscape with a lot more depth and variation than the virtual landscape. The psychic landscape of the outdoors is actually a journey into your inner self. By traveling, we are enforcing different paths in our neural circuitry, in our psychic circuitry, by relying on a synthetic world such as the internet. We are augmenting an inferior reality, and I think that it's important to go out and validate the outdoor reality, which is actually an inner transcendent reality. Virtual reality should just be a network for conveying information and connecting the greater realm of souls, but not a substitute for the real ultimate reality. Virtual reality should be used as a tool insofar as it empowers us, not a tool that enslaves us. When you limit yourself to virtual reality on the internet, you're limiting yourself to representations of the ego as projected by the ego possessors. And it's better to actually get out and know people in the spiritual flesh, because it provides a more holistic interface to that person. The telephone is an enforced signal. Self-possession is an enforced signal. Only by admitting your fears can you actually release and transcend them and be authentic. Incomplete communication causes blockages of understanding. If we were really to fully communicate with everyone around us, everyone would realize that there's infinite love and infinite understanding. It's fear which causes us to block communication. I think in Smith I found a companion in which to corroborate the magic of a journey together. I was thinking of the graffiti I just passed up. The man who called me on the street, "Hey, yo," the graffiti, "God calls you." Then this chalk line, and you know my name is Simon, and the things I draw come true. Do 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 do. I think I would like to start drawing, and I want an Etch-a-Sketch pad and some sidewalk chalk. That's what I want. An Etch-a-Sketch pad and sidewalk chalk. I find myself beautiful, yet I keep thinking of the character Fontaine in Les Miserables, and how she lost her teeth and she lost her hair. And I'm doing an experiment letting my hair grow in gray, and it should be interesting to see how the standards of beauty are artificially applied just because of hair color. I should see. I wonder how I will think about myself. Maybe the reason I love train so much is because it gives me so many gifts. I was thinking about the woman I was named after, Kathy, who was killed by a train. So, you know, I'm just thinking that maybe trains are penning, or trains trying to pay me back. Mosaic of mirror embedded in tar. Oh. Wow. I think it's okay to think we're all self, that the other is the self. I think that having a grand ego is a wonderful thing. What if we were all the grand ego? What if we were all connected together? What if we all had the same goal? I think that actually mania and schizophrenia, it's a way of parking yourself at a particular point and then picking up the train of reality, sinking yourself to the train of the ultimate reality. And you can pick up a particular point for meditation, and then you can move along with the train. Have faith. There is a formula for tapping into revelation and miracle, but the formula varies. It's actually a time-dependent formula, or seemingly a time-dependent formula, where you have to pick up on the signals around you and sink into them and try and see what they're saying about your thoughts. And actually, everything around you, if you just slow down enough, you can realize that it corresponds to your thoughts, and that you are just part of this equation of this big thought. Maybe it's coming from you. Maybe biocentrism is true, or maybe you're just part of the big thought. Does it really matter which is which, or who is who? I think part of it is recognizing your dream and taking instantaneous steps on a particular day, micro steps towards achieving your dream. And what if your dream is just to exist in a reality full of miracles in the now? You don't need to actually travel to do this, although if you want to stimulate this, traveling around your neighborhood by foot is probably a good way to do so. You can't get caught up too much in obligations of the future. Try to get caught up in obligations of the present, of being fully present in the moment. I mean, there are immediate things in your perceivable reality that you need to do, such as work. So sometimes living in the now is not conducive to that, but you can actually use that to focus more on work and enjoy it more, because if you're always worried about what-if scenarios with work, then you're not actually enjoying what you're doing in the present moment, which is actually quite enjoyable for your brain.